There are magnificent houses and enormous mansions. Did you know that individuals have helipads and ballrooms in their homes? If that doesn't define grand, we don't know what does. We're going to speak about 10 of the largest houses in the world, and this one is about to get very crazy. Number 10. The Manor. If your home is truly nicknamed the Manor and sits on a 5-acre site, you know it's a little too big to be called a home. Who has the potential to live better than the president? The Manor is figuratively larger than the White House, and if you have enough money, you can live beyond anyone's wildest dreams. This home was formerly owned by TV producer Aaron Spelling, who sold it a few years ago. The current owner is unknown, but it is known that this mansion is not your typical house. For one thing, it is next to the Playboy Mansion, which immediately increases its value. However, even if you look at the house on its own, you'll notice that it has miles and miles of gardens, a full-size tennis court, a maze, a courtyard, and an entire outdoor area. Number 9. Taoyuan. While we're talking about cities and remote areas, let's discuss this monstrous Zen mansion. You might be thinking how simple it would be to get bored in a place like this, but that would probably never happen because it'll take you ages to explore this place. It has 32 bedrooms with en-suite bathroom amenities like a whole wine room and perfectly manicured grounds, and it's on its island, far from everything else in the world, doing its own thing. Stunning gardens that might make your nail beds look bad and a relaxing pool that you might not want to leave sunk. This mansion was built by China and Shanbong traditional architecture, and it wasn't just a random construction. Rather, it was intended to display the splendor of Chinese architecture on a grand scale, which it does admirably. However, what is the antithesis of a Zen tranquil island? A fortress of solitude. Number 8. The Pensmore property. Although our homes are meant to be the safest place for us, some people just go too far with that idea. Stephen T. Hoff is an astrophysicist and a former CIA officer, so he's seen his fair share of crazy stuff in the world. He knows some of the worst things that have happened to people and know about some of the potential threats one needs to save themselves from too, which just shows in his Pensmore mansion for starters. This bad boy is huge. When you get over the sheer size here, the walls of the mansion are 12 inches thick, making it a literal fortress. You can easily sit through an 8-magnitude earthquake, have bombs thrown directly at you, and even make it through tornadoes without anything harming you. You'll be able to see that this place isn't just strong on all sides, but it's also built in such a way that no matter what happens, it'll just stay standing there until the end of time, or as the property's creator claims. Number 7. Villa Leopolda. If you double the size of a football field, which is often used to define a location's size, by 8, you get Villa Leopolda. Yes, 8 times instead of just once or twice. The 14-bedroom enormous mansion stands on top of its tiny hill and has acres upon acres of land all around it. It has been around since World War I, when the location served as a hospital. Grand dining rooms, a living room, a gorgeous pool outdoors, a full-size movie theater, and even a bowling alley. This is one home you wouldn't ever need to leave. Number 6. Modern Versailles. What could be more absurd than just one pool? There are 6 swimming pools, and these aren't your average pools. No, this house was constructed to wow anybody who enters it, and keeps them shocked throughout their visit. Swimming pools aren't the only crazy addition. There are also 11 different kitchens in the place. You could cook a different dish in each of the kitchens for your meals of the day and still have several kitchens left. Number 5. Safra Mansion. There are mansions, and then there are enormous mansions that defy description. The Safra home is one such enormous mansion, and it is owned by millionaire Joseph Safra and is situated in Sao Paulo, Brazil. The Safra mansion contains 130 rooms in all, making it so large that it has its postcode. If that weren't enough, the mansion has a panic room, an outdoor tennis court, a helipad, 3 swimming pools, a spa, a cinema, and a home theater. The mansion is so large that it requires a staff of 60 people to properly maintain it, which is just another indication of how big it is for the richest man in Brazil. Number 4. The Biltmore Estate. The largest private residence in the United States is the Biltmore Estate in Asheville, North Carolina. Its construction was finished in 1895, adding to the area's beauty. This estate is unlike any other. It opened to visitors in 1930 and offers lodging at its Village Hotel or the 4-star Inn, as well as fine dining and wine. The Biltmore Estate's main house, which is in Asheville, North Carolina, has more than 250 rooms, 43 bathrooms, 65 fireplaces, a bowling alley, a library with 23,000 books, a large indoor pool, and all the modern conveniences you could want. Can you imagine quarantining here? That would be insane. Number 3. The One. Let's just say that this is truly the one mansion of everyone's dreams. If anything is dubbed the One, you know you're talking about something incredibly exceptional. Just a few of the astounding amenities of this opulent property include a private theater, a sky deck, and 21 bedrooms and 49 bathrooms. There are 4 swimming pools on the property, a garage that can hold 30 cars, and an IMAX-style theater that will keep guests entertained for hours. For those who enjoy nighttime gatherings or parties, Nightclub will not let them down. The 5,000-square-foot master bedroom is fit for royalty. Number 2. Whittenhurst. Can you picture living in a mansion that is so large that it rivals Buckingham Palace? Well, this one is it. Conceived and constructed in 1913 as the London residence of soap tycoon Sir Arthur Crossfields, the property was designed and built by architect George Hubbard. Since then, requests to convert Whittenhurst into multiple residences have been made, but none have been approved until it was sold to Russian billionaire Andrei Guriev in 2008. The mansion has 25 bedrooms and 65 total rooms, with the 70-foot ballroom being one of the most spectacular. It has oak floors and carved gold leaf cornices adorning the ceiling. The space just screams extravagance. Number 1. Antilia. One of the wealthiest men in India asked the question, what if your mansion wasn't massive horizontally, but vertically? When billionaires ask questions, they don't just get answers. They go on to build a real-life version of their crazy question that stuns the world. And Antilia is exactly that kind of a shock. Overall, in addition to the 3 helipads, a 168-car garage, and a 50-seat theater, Antilia also has terrace gardens and a host of other rooms spread out over its 27 floors. These include a swimming pool, spa temple, and health center all inside the home's walls. Now, that's a house worth living in. And on that one, we'll wrap up today's video. Which one of these enormous homes should you choose to live in? Runs exactly as follows. See you at the next one.